Hey YouTube, it's Turtimus. Time for yet another take of this. Hopefully this doesn't degrade into a massive cursing and such like it did last time, just because this topic is so mind-blowingly ignorant. I had been trolling around the usual creationist channels, seeing if anything new had cropped up, and I went to Nephilim Free's profile. Man, I tell you, there's one guy that I wouldn't let near my children if I had any. But anyway, this wasn't from Nephilim Free. This is from another user I don't really need to name. But he says, and I quote, People technically reject the creation message because of their lifestyles, not because of their science, and put the air quotes. Coctopus, this is for you, buddy. Ow. Anyway, the sad thing is, as most of you probably know, this gets said a lot. Hell, my physics of sound professor that I've talked about in a couple previous videos has actually used this argument. A grown-ass man, probably in his mid-40s, who's been teaching science for most of his life, actually used that in a college classroom. But that situation is in the process of being handled. More on that later. Now, I'm sure, to those of you that would say a comment that's stupid, that you have heard atheist after atheist, well, not atheist per se, but people who accept evolution, you've heard them countless times say it's because of the science. They accept it because of the way they view everything else. They accept things based on the facts, on the reality, what they can see, what they can touch. You know, credible science and stuff like that, because, you know, we don't reject science, because we don't put on our tinfoil hats like you creationists. And to say that it doesn't make any sense. It's still retarded, but the argument that, well, if you don't believe in God or follow the Bible, you know, you must be an immoral person. Hell, that argument makes more sense. It's stupid as fuck and it's wrong. But it makes more sense. So let me get this straight. I would use evolution as a method to reject Christianity that, according to these people, I probably know is true, so that I can get away with a short lifespan of whatever, being a terrible person, kitten stomping and eating babies, I'm sure, something like that. And then ending up with an eternity in hell. Does this not make any sense to anyone else? You know, I try to live my life pretty well. The worst things I've done is I've been dishonest to some people. Back when I was in high school, I kind of emotionally hurt a couple people that I shouldn't have. You know what I did? I fucking hated myself because I realized what I had done. I paid for it because of the consequences not only with them, but suffering in my own mind. I didn't rush off to a church and confess my sins to be forgiven. I didn't get down on my knees and pray and then get up feeling forgiven. No, I had to atone what I did in reality. I had to atone for my mistakes personally. I didn't just shrug it off onto someone else. You know why? It's the whole idea of the golden rule. I don't want to be hurt physically or emotionally. I don't want my stuff stolen, as I don't want to be killed, as someone else said. Why would I do these things to other people? I know what it is to be human. Sometimes I think I know a little bit better than some creationists. The classic example I seem to fall back onto a lot is homosexuality. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I don't want someone coming in to my life and telling me who I can and can't love or marry. So why would I have the gall to go into someone else's life and do the same, regardless of what I think about their choice? I've said it before, and I'll say it again 1,000,000 times. I just don't get these people sometimes, and I guess that's about the end of the video. I know I'm not going to affect any creationist that's ever used this argument. But, you know, if you ever hear this argument, you're kind of on the fence, and you think, well, maybe they have a point. Look, I'm a human being. Why would I choose to be that kind of a person? And then, you know, lead that back into why I would use evolution as my method to be a terrible person. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Rate, comment, subscribe, and, shout out. Just saying, you can do it if you like my videos and you have a few more subs. But that was pretty shameless, and I apologize. But this is Artemis. I hope you have enjoyed this. And I mean that.